So with the success of MMPR, what was conceived as a 40-episode season based on Zyuranger was expanded by another 20 episodes, totaling 60 episodes. This is rather too much for your season in hindsight, but they were able to do another season after this, plus more. But how was this accomplished? As most usable Zyuranger footage had already been used up by then, Saban accomplished this after contacting Toei to produce new footage of the Rangers fighting monsters and various Zord battles too. Footage dubbed by fans as Ju 2, interspersed with, I guess, Ju 1 footage of Rita and her minions plotting against the Rangers. Raw Ju 2 footage is viewable on stunt coordinator Jeff Pruitt's YouTube channel, and it's mute, so I guess Ju 2 was mimed out by Toei, making it easier to dub. Saban asked Toei, among other things, to work in story points from the American show like Kim and Tommy's romance. The Ju 2 film stock makes the Green Ranger's shield look a little different, or maybe the prop was repainted. It looks duller, but still cool. Billy's tech wizardry was also written in, and I'm sure it was requested to feminize Trini's stunt actor as her Sentai counterpart was actually male, but I guess Saban either didn't know or didn't care about this the first time around. So let's talk about the remaining 20 episodes. Some episodes use or reuse Zyuranger footage, but the rest is Ju 2 mixed with American stuff. I do try and imagine though what it's like for people, other than James Rolfe, to watch MMPR for the first time and just being burned out by the number of Season 1 episodes. As fun as some of the monster designs are, while these episodes do have a story arc, as it pertains to Tommy's powers being returned to him via a temporary power extension from Zordon, and the six work together again, these episodes do follow a very formulaic rinse and repeat style, so fatigue sets in after a while, but there are entertaining moments.
Norman? Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
As far as issues of the day and character growth for the Rangers were concerned, saving the environment, specifically the rainforest, cropped up.
We're doing something to make the world a better place.
For you and for me and the entire human race.
Trini is taught about the fair fight, to always face your opponent or opponents in equal numbers. Also, she's given an actual mantis to take care of by her master. How goofy. Inspired, Bulk and Skull invent a new martial arts style, Cockroach Kung Fu. Cockroach Power! On a heavier note, we learn that Kim's parents are divorced, which she partly blames herself for. This is one of the more hard-hitting things brought up in Power Rangers, but it's difficult to address this problem in the format that Power Rangers has. Kim's parents do of course still love her despite not being together anymore, and she rests assured on this, but realistically the kid, or kids in this situation, can still feel pulled between mum and dad despite the good intentions, so there comes this angst with the whole thing. It goes to show how TV has moved on, what you write for the kids to deal with, also how it continually affects their lives, as this issue, big as it is not mentioned again with Kim's character. Oh well, at least she got to introduce her parents to Tommy.
Ah, the boyfriend.
Skull's parents wear punk clothing and his mum laughs like him. There's a like mother, like son thing. Bulk's folks seem average. Mrs. Bulkmeyer just looks like a female Bulk in a kitschy dress, glasses and pearl necklace. Pretty funny. Bulk and Skull seem more like their mums than their dads.
Tell me about your mother.
Rita uses a mole monster to kidnap the teen's parents via toxic BO.
Disgusting.
We see the parents in the dark dimension. And Goldar ransoms them for the Rangers' power coins, which are totally not the toy versions of the coins, by the way. Goldar doesn't hold up his end of the bargain, laughing at the Rangers for fools, and keeping all that he has taken in an ornate wooden box with green lining.
Scum.
Nice jewellery box, though. Makes me think of the Green Ranger. Speaking of, Tommy appears to save the day. We learn that Kim was a great cheerleader in junior high, very Val gal, and she still is. Yay, no character growth there. But the lesson of the day was self-belief and don't compare yourself to others. That's how Kelly, the early teen of the week, ended up being on her cheerleading team. Tommy is mentored by, of all people, Ernie, to become the school's quarterback, despite his lacking confidence. I guess. He succeeds. Well, now that I could see coming. Tommy needs to overcome his forgetfulness, time management, and confidence, which normally isn't an issue, but whatever. Zach wants to buy Angela a pair of pearl earrings for her birthday.
Way to buy your girlfriend's affection, Zach, man.
And the teens go on their date in this crazy fancy restaurant, which in English is the Snail Head Restaurant, or the Head Snail Restaurant, I believe.
It's always French.
Then later, like an 80s soul music video, Zach serenades Angela only for Skull to kill the ambience. Fuck you, Skull. Angela and Zach kiss and make up. Not an epic climax to the season, but it's an emotional one. Cannot wait to see what happens next with this love story. On another note, composer Ron Wasserman was able to contribute original songs he'd written. For example, Fight, Combat, 541, We Need a Hero, I Will Win, and Go Green Ranger Go, Tommy's legendary theme, although this season features an earlier prototype.
Go Green Ranger, go, go!
It sounds grungier and distorted, very angsty, Ron Wasserman. I love it. They recycled footage from Food Fight. The Pudgy Pig costume is the same, but story-wise the monster isn't. Rita casts a spell over Norman, a pig that Bulk and Skull adopt.
You are the smartest pig in the world. Yes, you are.
Oh, Bulk does have a good side. The Ranger's suit acting in the American footage is very good here. Norman dances, trying to woo a lady pig at the farm.
Oh, how sweet. He's in love.
That line really warms my heart. Well done, Twee Trang. After mending a device to reverse the process, Billy turns Norman back to normal. At least the Rangers didn't just destroy the monster this time. Previously unused Jew Ranger monsters included the terrible Octoplant,
Acting like I was part of your property.
The monster's flower head makes it look like a Pokemon. The face is cool, but the costume is generic green and silver with a flower skirt. Humorously, the monster's downfall was vanity. It notices itself reflected in the skyscraper and is transfixed. Very silly, but it means the Megazord had a chance to beat it with the Power Sword. Something we'll see a lot in these episodes with little exception. Another was a chimera, called Gotan in Power Rangers, as it had the head of a lion and a goat. Oh, so he's the devil, kind of.
Gotan equals Satan.
Anyway, two heads are indeed better than one, as we see with the parrot monster. In the clip show Crystal of Nightmares, we see Goldar's new face they built for the American footage. Maybe it was deemed inoperable after a while, or it was broken and remade, as it looks similar to Jew Ranger, but not the same. He looks less like a gorilla or whatever now, more like a jackal, with a black dog-looking nose now too. Goldar activates the crystal ball.
Can I play with madness?
And corrupts the Ranger's dreams into nightmares. Bulk and Skull, of all things, dream of being superheroes, reusing costumes from Doomsday. Together, via Ultra 90s food advertising worthy effects, they are the Burgersaurus and Dogosaurus. They use the Megazord, but can't operate it and destroy it. Oh well, at least they want to be good guys, kind of. It's cool how the cockpit looks good, like the exterior of the cockpit from Jew Ranger, but the interior of the cockpit looks nothing like it. Dark inside, and the controls are different, cheaper looking. This dream sequence serves as a Power Rangers parody based on the Sentai footage. The original Ju-2 monster designs reminded me of what Toei would go on to do, with Hyakuju Sentai Gao Ranger. Yes, it is pronounced like that. Adapted into Power Rangers Wild Force. The Ju-2 monsters included the toxic goo fish. The more abstract, asymmetrical monster design reminded me of Gao Ranger. Also the way it's shot using flip photography, and the quick smash cuts in extreme close-up. Just add this sound effect, and it's ripped straight from that season. Also the suit acting being very dance-like too. The Oysterizer monster, yes, the Oysterizer, is shot similarly. There's the giant flea monster that sounds like a demented chipmunk.
You're just bite-sized! Oh, my teddy! I must have dropped him!
There's a squid monster, though they call him a jellyfish. What were the writers thinking? Its costume looks like Jackson Pollock whitewashed it. Reminds me of The Deep with the opaque use of white. There's a ninja praying mantis monster, complete with comedically long arms. There's the Grumblebee. Nice pun name for a bee monster. Another bird-themed monster is the Peckster, who can destroy buildings via windstorms induced by wing flapping. Then there's the rapping pumpkin-head monster.
Welcome to my pumpkin patch. Perhaps you'd like to play some catch.
A personal favourite, along with the pumpkin putties, putty heads. I don't even know. They do have funny little dances, though. His upside-down head is really funny and creepy. The tough armadillo, or sockadillo monster, can curl up. There's a hammerhead shark monster with its magic boomerang. One of the funnier designs is the Lizinator, just the way they dub it with its Arnold Schwarzenegger voiceover.
I'll be back.
Amazing and hilarious. He looks like a Komodo dragon, but also like Rawhead Rex if he were in a PG movie. Also, he has lethal tuna breath. Another burrowing monster is the Rhino Blaster, with its weird bat ears. In Mighty Morphin Mutants, talk about a TMNT ripoff title, Rita uses the Badges of Darkness for the putties to become evil mutant clone rangers.
It's mutant time!
All except Red. That slot is filled by her crayfish monster. Cool mixture of the costumes. The rangers' costumes are there, but the belts, gloves and boots are all from the putty costumes. The putties look like goofy and disturbing interpretive dancers by the end of their tenure in Season 1. The clones fight with their own power blaster, but it's made with the old-fashioned weapons that the unmorphed Jew Rangers used early on. The final monster of Season 1 was the Oysterizer, yes, the Oysterizer, who uses slimy, infectious acid gel, and can even turn people into statues with its magic pearls.
Talk about overkill.
The pearls are given to Zack, who is about to give them to Angela as a gift. Oops. Zack warns Tommy not to touch him lest the Oysterizer gel infect him, but Tommy lets him wear his dragon shield to protect him and repair the current damage. Epic shot.
Thanks, Tommy. What about you? I'll be okay.
The giant pearl is destroyed and they brawl. Megazord was never meant to work underwater, no duh, but Dragonzord can help as it hides underwater. Upon their victory, the teens toast to teamwork in the juice bar. Well folks, that was my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. I hope you enjoyed. I'll soon make my comparison video for this season with the Super Sentai season this was based on, 1992's Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. Stay tuned to my channel for more content folks. Take care and let the power protect you, always.
To the future.